Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. Today is another Whiteboard Wednesday. Welcome back. We get very often questions about student loans, how to pay them off, and with how to pay them off, a lot of times, I mean, the secret to that is send as much money to them as you can. But a lot of times with the how to pay it off, the question kind of tags along, should I consolidate? And there are a lot of companies, and some of them seem like they really are trying to solve a big issue, which is the student loan issue that we have in this country. But they're coming along and they offer these options to consolidate your student loans into one nice, convenient monthly payment. And I just want to talk very briefly about that. One, you got to go in with your eyes wide open. If you're even entertaining the idea of consolidating your student loans, it most likely means that you could, well, it definitely means that you'll have a simpler structure, and we're pros on that, so I should go to that first. It's simpler because there's one payment to make instead of 3 or 4 or however many you have. So just one payment is very nice, and we love simple at YNAB. Simple is sustainable, so we really like it. And a lot of the times when you consolidate your student loans, it will improve your cash flow. The reason is a con, though. Most of the time, and I don't mean a con like a con artist, although you might think that. A lot of the times, it's because they've pushed out the actual payoff period, and you'll end up paying more interest over time. So when someone says, hey, we'll free up your cash flow, we can lower your payment, and you'll have improved cash flow. Improved cash flow is a plus. But if that improved margin there that you just gained is just blown for whatever reason, you're not following a budget, it's not following your priorities, then it's a huge con. And that's where you can get into this deceiving part where you feel like, oh, I'm making progress, when you're not actually making progress. You're just kind of shifting things around and calling it progress. I remember one time I was being tested and I was kindergarten or something really little. I only have a vague recollection of this, but the teacher laid out 3 blocks or 4 blocks in front of me, and she said, how many blocks are there? And I said, there are 4 blocks. And then she spread the blocks further apart and said, now how many blocks are there? And I was wondering what she was doing. Like, why would she ask me the same question again? There were still 4 blocks. And I don't know what they were testing there, but I know that that's a lot of the time how people can feel when they've consolidated their loan. It's like, listen, we're still dealing with the same amount of debt, one way or the other. So you need to get rid of the blocks, not just spread them out over a longer period of time. So if you have been budgeting for a while, if we've seen you kind of right the ship and all of your money is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and you're being wise, you're being smart, you're being honest with yourself, and you're really going after it, then consolidating a student loan down to one payment and then getting really aggressive with that extra cash flow and throwing it at whatever debt you need to get rid of to improve your cash flow really, right? To actually get rid of debt and really improve the cash flow, not just fake it because you've consolidated, but really improve it because that requirement is now gone. That minimum payment is taken care of. If you can do that, and you've got a track record of being able to pay off debt, then consolidating down to one simple payment and still maintaining your intensity, I think that's a bonus. But if for any moment you think, oh, I'll free up that cash and suddenly I've made progress and I don't have to worry about my habits and my spending and how it's lining up with my priorities, if you're even starting to think like that, then you probably are walking into a con and not really a consolidation. Hope that helped you guys. I know we get a lot of questions about that, so if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, and some smart YNABer will come along in the comments and probably nail the answer. So do share any insights you have there. I will talk to you guys next week.